4000 nits peak HDR brightness powered by the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 with a huge 5200 mAh battery and a partnership with Studio Harcourt, which is why Honor are calling this the Portrait Master. It is the Honor 200 Pro and I've partnered with Honor to tell you all about it. Now inside the box you get the device, there's also a pack with a SIM card tray and a soft clear case. We then have the USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable and a 100 watt charger included out of the box. And here it is. Now, before we talk about the design, display, battery life, and everything else, we do have to focus on the cameras. To start off with, we have a 50 megapixel portrait selfie camera. This has a wide f2.1 aperture. And then on the rear, we have a triple rear-facing camera setup. There's a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera. It has a 112-degree field of view, and it also supports autofocus, which means it can take macro shots up to around 2.5 centimeters away to get lots of detail. There's a new 50 megapixel telephoto camera. This has been customized with Sony. It's got a 2.5 times optical zoom, as well as a 50 times digital zoom. And then we have the highlight, the 50 megapixel portrait main camera. This is using the H9000 sensor, and it's a large size sensor, 1/1.3 inches. Now this new sensor gives the Honor 200 Pro a 44% improvement in focus efficiency, a 31% improvement in light sensitivity, and 105% noise reduction in low light conditions. And because of that large size sensor, you can combine 4 pixels into one to give you more light sensitivity. Now, one of the key things about this main camera is that it's using Honor's AI portrait engine. This is going to give you AI shadow and light enhancement, AI optical effects, and an AI artistic style enhancement. Now, because of the partnership of the Honor 200 series with the legendary photography house Studio Harcourt, or Harcourt, as they would say in French. I've completely butchered that, I'm sure. When you do go into portrait mode, there is a Harcourt option at the top. If you tap this, you've got 3 different Harcourt styles. There's Harcourt Vibrant, Harcourt Color, and Harcourt Classic. Harcourt Vibrant is going to give you a vibrant, colorful image. Harcourt Color is going to give you more of a vintage film look, which I really like. And then Harcourt Classic, of course, is going to give you that traditional Studio Harcourt black and white style. Now, I wanted to test this out, so I did try to do a makeshift studio setup. It wasn't anywhere near the style of what you would get in Studio Harcourt. But this just goes to show that even with a relatively simple setup with just 2 lights, you can get some really good portrait shots. I had a primary key light as well as a back headlight, and you can see the brief studio setup here, and here are some of the portrait shots that I got out of the Honor 200 Pro. Now, if we compare these to my Pro camera, the Sony a7S III, which I'm recording this video on, you can see that the Honor 200 Pro does give you some very impressive results, especially with Harcourt Color and Harcourt Classic. You get some really nice detailed shots which pretty much look like they've come from a professional camera. I wanted to test this further, so I actually took the Honor 200 Pro outdoors without any special lighting or anything like that. And once again, you can see that the portrait shots are crisp with amazing edge detection. My personal favorite portrait art style has to be Harcourt Color. I really do like that vintage look. Now, because this is an Honor device, of course, it does have Honor's AI motion sensing capture, which is amazing for capturing action shots. So that is the cameras, but the Honor 200 Pro does have a lot more to offer. We've got this symmetrical design, so everything kind of blends into the edges. The camera module shape has been inspired by the atrium window of Casamilla. We've got a combination of matte and glossy finishes. There's a glossy finish on the frame, but the back has this nice matte finish, as well as this interesting texture on this moonlight version, but it's also available in a black as well as an ocean cyan. Now, we do have an IP65 rating as well for water and dust resistance. Now let's take a look at this display. It's 6.78 inches, it's using AMOLED technology, has a 120 Hz refresh rate, and a 4000 nits HDR peak brightness. So if you're using this outdoors, you're gonna really appreciate that. We've got Honor's quad curved floating screen, so all of the sides and the edges do kind of curve over and blend in. It looks really nice. I know some people prefer a flat display, but what I do like about this is that the curves are uniform and it does give it that symmetrical feel on the front as well as the back. This display is also an AI circadian night display, which means the color temperature will automatically adjust based on your surroundings. It's also got 3840 PWM dimming, which makes it flicker free. It's got a TÜV Rheinland certification, and it's also got dynamic dimming because of its dual sensor. What does all of that mean? Well, it means the Honor 200 Pro is very easy on the eyes, especially if you're somebody like me who likes to use your phone in bed when it's dark. This is going to make sure that there is a minimal eye strain, and it's also going to help you sleep easier. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. This is powered by the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 mobile platform. It's got up to 12 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. It has a large stainless steel vapor chamber, which is around 5,564 millimeters squared. And that's going to give you around about a 23% VC thermal conductivity improvement, meaning better sustained performance for gaming. And we've got GPU Turbo X, which is a platform level AI empowerment with improved touch response too. There's also a dedicated chip called the Honor C1 Plus, which is going to really help improve communication with a 35% improvement in antenna transmission. Now for the software, so we've got Honor's MagicOS 8.0. Now this has some interesting AI features. I'll touch on a few. So we have the Magic Portal, which is going to let you drag and drop items between apps. Lots of supported and more coming soon. So for example, if you've got an address which you want to navigate to, you can just select it and then drag it into the Maps app. If you've got some text which you just want to copy, you can put it into your notes, your email, or even save it as a favorite. We've got the Magic Capsule, which extends the capsule in the top element where the cameras are, and it's going to display key functions like if you've got the stopwatch on. Now, I know there are going to be a ton of comments about this, so just go ahead and comment down below. Now, for software support, Honor has promised 3 years of software updates and 4 years of security updates. We've got dual stereo speakers. There's one bottom firing and there's one top firing. They do sound really good. And we have an infrared sensor. So if you want to control your air conditioning unit, your TV, you'll be able to do that on the Honor 200 Pro. Now for the battery, we have a huge 5,200 milliamp hour battery, which is going to keep you going all day long. And this is the first silicon carbon battery that supports 100 watts of charging. Now, as you saw at the start of the video, you do get that 100 watt Honor wired supercharger included out of the box. That's going to give you around 50% charge in just 15 minutes. And the Honor 200 Pro also supports wireless charging, and it supports fast 66 watt Honor wireless supercharging. That's going to give you around a 64% charge in just 30 minutes. Reverse wireless charging is also supported, so you can charge other devices behind the Honor 200 Pro and make the most of that 5,200 milliamp hour battery. Finally, price. The Honor 200 Pro will be retailing for around £700 with some exclusive pre-order deals, which you can find in the description below. What do you guys think of the Honor 200 Pro? Drop me a comment below, let me know your thoughts. Once again, if you want to find out more or pick this up, there will be a link down in the description below. If you want to see more content like this, then do consider subscribing and hit that bell icon. I'll leave some related videos here and here. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, then do smash that like button for me. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.